Hey there folks. So we're back into the new year of 2026 and I wanted to go over this next video that I'm going to be posting on my newsletter, which will be coming out quarterly starting this year instead of monthly. But for everybody else who's just following and looking at the video on YouTube, we're going to be focused on exercises to do without a bench. So a lot of exercises you may see either on an app, if you're following a program, or you've seen stuff in the gym and it requires a bench, like an actual gym bench to work on, and you don't have one of those, you don't have room for one of those, I'm going to give you a few options of ways to modify in order to do the same type of move without a bench today. So I've got a Bosu ball, I've got a stability yoga ball, physio ball, whatever you want to call it. I've got a mat, and I'm also going to use a regular chair from the house. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with the floor. So let's just go straight into some chest presses. So if I'm on the floor, I've got my weights, whatever you're choosing to use, whether it's ultra heavy, whether it's light or medium. You're just on the mat, back is flat, and then stomach muscles are engaged, and you're just pressing up and over your chest. You can even do chest flies, open and close. Don't have enough room right now to do that. If I did, opening and closing, still not enough room. So chest presses, right? That's a great move. You can do some skull crushers here. I can do tricep presses. I can do a lat pull. I can do a lat pull over. Up and down, overhead. The ball stays out of my way. There's a lot of moves you can do on the floor. So for all of that, I don't need to have a bench for that. Now, if you have something that requires you to be an incline or a decline, that's where the bench is helpful, right? So I'm going to show you a few options to do that. If you don't have weights, let's say you have cable bands with handles, or you've got just these bands to use. You can still use this stuff in the same similar way. I can put it around my back. I can lay down. Let's say I have a cable band with handles or just this resistance band, and I can press up and down, up and down. So you're still gonna get the move, right? Now you may not be able to do this for everything, so you can try tricep presses as well. Overhead's not probably going to work the same as it would with a weight. So you can do whatever you can with the band. Bosu ball. Great for a lot of things. Balance exercises. If you need extra support, if you're doing sit-ups and you're not ready to be on the floor yet, if you have vertigo and you need to do a bunch of moves that require you to be on the floor, you know, leg moves, stuff for your abs, but you don't want your head all the way back, a Bosu ball is very helpful for that. I'm going to use it as a little incline instead of a bench for our same moves that we did on the floor. So again, back with my weights, I've got my back against here, so now I have to use more neck muscles because my head's not on the floor, strong stomach muscles, and I'm looking up, I'm not looking up at the ceiling, I want my neck to be in a neutral position, so wherever that is for you. And then I'm going to press up and down. So now this time, because I'm at an incline, and instead of being on the floor where I press straight up, I've got to press a little bit more forward. So it's just a different movement, right? I still want to go over my chest, not over my face. Now, let's say we've tried the Bosu ball. We've done the floor options. Those are a few other options. Now we've got the yoga ball. For the yoga ball, you can be doing stuff on it. You can be doing stuff sitting on it, lying on it. It's up to you, right? So let's say I want to do something lying on it. So first, I'm going to find a comfortable position where I've got to use more legs here now and butt to support me. And again, I'm going to have my neck strong to hold my head up. And I can do it here. I'm going to have to use more of my abs to prevent me from falling off because the ball can roll. And I need to have tight abs so my back's not overly arched. So you have to be really careful and and have a really inflated ball when you're doing these moves, okay? The other option with the ball is to be laying on it facing forward, like if you were in on an inclined bench. So there's some moves where you can be face forward, and I'm doing reverse flies. Okay, I'm doing rows, reverse rows. But again, you can't just lay on the ball and hope that's all you need. So if I was on a bench, I still have to tuck my hips, have strong stomach muscles, and then I'm doing my stuff. I'm not just laying on the ball and like letting my abs relax. That's not gonna work. If we're using a chair instead of being on the floor, and this is great for anyone who does seated exercises, especially in a class, you've done them in a class, you wanna do it at home, or you're doing it off following a video. If you aren't able to get on the floor, having your chair to do this stuff is a great option as well if you don't have a bench. So you wanna sit a little bit forward, your butt in the seat. So I'm not sitting all the way back against the chair. I'm a little bit forward, and then you're gonna lean back, and you want strong stomach, right? And then you're pressing up and over your chest. So from the view of the camera, you may not think this is up and over my chest, but it is, as opposed to up and over my face or straight up. That's a different move. So for a chest press, I'm pressing up and over my chest. Bent over rows, you could do this, right? Nice flat back. You can also be doing chest flies in this position as well. You can do a lot of things. Tricep presses, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do in a seated chair. Now, as I said, if you didn't have weights or you rely on cables with a handle or on this, you could put this behind you or behind the chair. Have a good grip on it, right? Leaning back again, my seat is still forward. And again, same thing as the bench and as the weights, but I'm just using a band instead. If you want to do rows with a band instead of weights with rows, I would often put the end of my band inside a door frame, close the door, right, in the crease of the door, and that way it's locked in, and then you could use it to pull on stuff, okay? The other option is you can put your feet right here on it, have a good grip, right, nice and tight. I'm bending forward, and I'm rowing back. Okay, so that's another option to use the cable or resistance band instead of the weights. So that's a few options to modify your workout. If you don't have a bench, you don't need a workout bench to do all this. You can use the floor for dips with your arms. You can use the Bosu ball for a lot of things, anything other than weights as well. You can use the stability ball, the yoga ball for a lot of Pilates and yoga type moves. And then you can use the chair as well for many things. So just keep all that in mind when you are thinking about doing these workouts that you see online or on an app, anything you're following. If they require certain equipment, there's many ways to modify it at home so you don't need to make a big purchase and have those moves to still get in the good workout. Thanks a lot. Just message me if you have any questions and you need more clarification on anything. Thank you.